Hey y'all. Oh my god, that's the most country intro. But hi y'all. The topic of this video is how I got into speech language pathology grad school. So, number one, begin early. So most applications are due January 15th, and most applications you do on a broad platforming site called CSDCAS, CSDCAS.com. CSDCAS. So basically, get on CSDCAS.com. You create your profile. Do this early so you can understand what is expected of you coming up to that due date. So it's gonna allow you to pick the schools that you want to apply for. It allows you to go ahead and send your recommenders an email, asking them to go ahead and do their recommendation, and it keeps it there until the due date. CSDCAS is really cool. It's relatively easy to work. The only thing that I would say for sure on this beginning early part, get your transcripts sent to CSDCAS as soon as possible. So let's say you're watching this in November. It's time to start now. I'll attach the mailing address that they use for the 2019 period. It might have changed, so just check it, but I'll attach that mailing address down here. You want to get your transcript sent to that as soon as possible. You also want to go on CSDCAS and enter in your current transcript. They have two options. You can enter in all the classes that you took yourself since your freshman year, or you can submit your transcript and they'll put it in for you. But I just did it myself. I only did 4 years of college at the same college, so I put them all in myself. And you even put the classes that you haven't took yet, or the ones that are in process, or you put your incompletes, the classes that you took over, all of that. Tell the people who you may want to write recommendations. Tell them, hey, I'm applying for grad school for the upcoming fall, and I'd like to have you as one of my recommenders. Is that okay with you? They'll say yes or no. You'll say great. Be expecting an email in the next coming weeks from me, as well as the platform we use to submit our application called CSDCAS. Leave it there. Just get them ready, let them know. So that's the first thing. Begin early. Let your recommenders know that you want to, ask them to write your letter of recommendation. Create your CSDCAS profile and go ahead and enter in your transcript information. Okay, so next, step 2. What you want to do is make a list of all of the schools that you're applying to, and this is something that your recommenders will also expect when you send them the email from CSDCAS. Picture this. Maybe I'll add in a picture down here. The application date, the requirements for the school, and make sure you check and see if they have a separate application. Some schools require you to do CSDCAS and a separate application, and you need to have on there the research interest, so you can quickly look back and tailor any of your essays or the essays that they ask you to write within the application to their research interest. And you can find all of that information on EdFind using the ASHA website. So you literally just type in Google EdFind ASHA. It'll give you a list. You can search all the schools that have communication programs, and I think they're organized by state. But you just go in there, you can click those schools, and it'll give you literally all that information. You need to make a list of all the schools that you want to apply to. You know what your money is looking like. So if you can honestly only apply to 2 schools, or you're going to get into this one and that's what you want to do, apply to one. That's fine. I applied to a variety of schools. I applied to 5 schools, 2 in Texas, 1 in Chicago, 1 in Wisconsin, and 1 in Tennessee, where I'm at right now at my home school, Tennessee State University. So yeah, apply to as many or as little schools that you would like, but just general advice I would give is to apply to as many schools as you can afford to apply to, because you never know. And like I said, your recommenders are going to expect a list of schools that you're applying to just to see. And another good thing about giving them this list is you never know who knows people. They may know the dean over there and put in a good word for you, so it's definitely worth doing that. Okay, step number 3. essays that we talked about in the requirements, you want to get a Gmail account. Hopefully everyone has a Gmail. You use Google Docs and start a Google Doc with the title of the school, and under that put the title of the essay that you have to write, or the 2 or 3 essays. So for example, you'd have Tennessee State University. Name one time you overcame a challenge and how it molded you into a better leader. What are some of the leadership opportunities that you've been involved in your undergraduate career that can help you be a speech-language pathologist? Baylor University. Why should we choose you? You know what I'm saying? All of the schools and essays there, so because you need to stay organized. That checklist that you're going to use is going to be a great help to you. Organize the schools in the chronological date that the applications are due. So of course your January 15th, your January 1st will be at the top of your list. Your February 15th and stuff will be more towards the bottom of the list. But you need to stay organized, and that is just something that I cannot stress enough. Applying for anything can be stressful if you're not organized. So whether that's getting a little file folder, it's dangerous when I'm driving. Get a little file folder and just putting all things application in here, or just doing something like that to help yourself. It will really benefit you. And using Google Docs, you're able to log onto any computer and you use that interface, and it has helped me so much during school, just period, being able to access all my papers anywhere, my phone, any computer. They're all saved, everything auto saves. Just do yourself a favor and use Google Docs. Google everything. Google Slides, Google Google Sheets. I'm just a Google girl. Okay, a little outfit change, y'all. Something slight. I've just bought an Apple Watch, so I had to put her on and get her all synced up. Anywho, so now we're at the point where your recommendation email should be sent. You really should know what you need for each school, and honestly, this should be the beginning of December. If we're speaking as hopeful as possible, this all should be taking place within the beginning of December. You should be at this stage where you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing, let me move forward. So right now we're working on our essays. Like I said, just start your essay, do a little, or at least get an outline, and then go to the writing center. Stay there all day if you have to. It's just a small sacrifice to make for a big thing, such as getting accepted to your master's program. So definitely do that. Make sure that CSDCAS has received your transcript in all of your other schools. I know some schools can be notorious or be known for not sending transcripts or just being late or whatever the case may be. You need to double check, because if they don't have that transcript, it's really on you. And okay, so we're writing our essays right now. We are getting our recommenders. You should be day by day getting a completed notification from CSDCAS telling you that your recommenders have submitted their letters of recommendation. So right now you're just really tying up the knots. You're adding things into your letters that may be tailored to that program. You have your letter of interest.
40 west is on the left.
You have your resume submitted. This is where you should be at, working on that resume, honing in on that letter of interest, and then completing the essays that the school calls for. So guys, when I was at this state, it was around January 10th. I was definitely procrastinating, and I didn't even take the GRE up until January 2nd, because all month I was freaking out about how hard the test would be. I gave myself test anxiety, when really I took the test on January 2nd and it was easy. It wasn't easy, just oh, I'm getting 100, but it wasn't that hard. It's just if you've been in college, you're prepared to take this test. If you've been in high school, you're prepared to take the GRE. Just take it. It's really like the ACT with a little bit more fancy words. So that's that. But me personally, yes, I procrastinated. Yes, it was so hard to take my GRE. Yes, I was freaking out. Yes, I was like, oh my God, what if I don't get into any schools? But that's when I'll tell you, make sure all the checklist boxes are checked off. You've done everything you can do. Write your essays to the best of your ability. Be genuine about why you picked a place, and honestly let go and let God. Just let it go. One of my favorite grad students, Lauren, tells me you cannot stress about things that haven't happened yet. So let go, let God. And that's exactly what I did, or tried to do. I didn't hear back from any of my grad schools until, let's see, I submitted in February 1st probably. And I didn't hear anything back until like March 1st. So that was a whole month of me like, oh my goodness, what did I do? What was wrong? Did they throw my application away? When in actuality, I just had to wait. So I was accepted to Midwestern University in Chicago, which is an outstanding university. I actually went there for an interview. So I got interviewed, and it was actually fun. Like, I was just speaking my truth and talking about things that I want to do. It was a really nice group of girls there. But this is something that deterred me from going there, was that it was $80,000 a year. I did not factor that huge cost into my head. I am graduating undergrad with no loan, so I just was not comfortable saying, okay, well, let's take out a $90,000 loan, let's do it. Like, no, when I could go to Tennessee State University and get that same degree for way less. So that's just that. That's what guided me to making my final decision, which it always does. Money talks. This TSU talk, baby, even in undergrad. So here I am, and I definitely don't regret anything. So I feel great. So I hope that helps you get into your grad schools, guys. I just am so passionate about speech pathology and speech therapy, and I hope to see more people, period, in the profession, more males in the profession, more people of color in the profession. So I just wish you the best of luck, and please leave any questions below, and I'll be happy to offer my assistance or find some resources for you, okay? Signing out.